Welcome to Business and More TV. I'm Tara Sweder, and I have Mickey Fulp with me today, just joining us briefly as he is on a road trip. Mickey, thank you so much for joining us. Where are you headed?
Well, I'm in Seattle right now, and we're headed down the coast. We'll make it all the way to San Diego and then cut across the western U.S. to Albuquerque. Giant road trip, got a couple of weeks, going to see the sights.
Now, is this for business or pleasure?
Well, it's really pleasure, but I always go on busman holidays, so there'll be some work involved.
Well, that's why I kind of have you here today, because I can't even get away from your work. You are super famous, and I know that you reach out on social media outlets, so that's what I'm kind of doing here today. I promised my viewers and my network that I would ask you a few questions if they ever had them, and I thank you for on such short notice joining me. Do you mind if I ask you some of the questions that my social media people are asking?
No, go right ahead, but before you call me famous, I'd prefer to be called infamous.
Infamous, the infamous Mickey Fulp. Okay, coming in for the infamous Mickey Fulp, we have Sean Tufford. He wants to know, how do you feel about how do you feel about paper gold and ETFs right now?
Well, I'm a physical gold guy, so the whole market for gold's bifurcated between a physical ETF market, which is what's taken the price of gold down, and then on the other hand, you have people like me that hoard gold, and we're buying physical gold. So increasingly, we see this bifurcated or bipolar market.
You hoard gold? Do you keep it underneath your bed?
I'm not going to tell you where I keep it. Just rest assured that I have at least 10% of my net wealth in physical gold in my physical possession. And if I told you where it was, then I'd probably have to kill you or something. I don't know.
Well, I know you have tricks up your sleeve. Okay, so I'm going to head over to Twitter now, and I'm going to learn something here. I have @TaraSweeder, ask Mercenary Geo if he's excited about the Liberty Mastermind Symposium. What is that?
Oh, this is an invited speaking event in Dallas at the end of June, and it's a bunch of libertarians and anarcho-capitalists and hard money guys, and we're going to get together and present a symposium. I got a few of my more radical ideas I'll present at that.
Okay, I don't even know what a symposium is.
Well, it's just a bunch of guys going to get together, and people are going to come in that are interested in this kind of alternative view of what's going on with the United States and how to prepare for economic collapse if it happens.
Oh, it's such a doom and gloom situation right now. I mean, is there anything positive going to come out of something like that, or do you guys just talk about all the crap that's going on?
Well, I'm certainly, there's going to be a lot about all the crap that's going on, but I'm an eternal optimist. So
are you? Okay, I was going to ask you, are you optimistic?
Absolutely. So I don't think the U.S. is going to collapse, but I'm a Boy Scout, so I'm prepared for those sorts of things. I'm just going to give people a few ideas about how to prepare.
So going back to your road trip, I don't want to keep you for too much longer, Mickey. What's your next city that you're stopping into?
Well, we're going to buy my newly bought classic 1993 Lincoln Town Car, and we're driving it to Portland, and we're going to meet with some people there, some high net worth investors. But more importantly, I get to drink a bunch of wine with my buddies in the Willamette Valley.
Well, Mickey, it was such a pleasure to have you. Thanks for being here, and safe travels.
We'll see you soon, and look forward to it, Tara.
Up next, we have Jeff Berwick on the show. I am stealing him from sunny Acapulco. Jeff, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good, Tara. How are you?
I'm good. Have you hit the beach yet today?
Not yet. I just got back, but it's beautiful. It's nice to be in a first world country again after being in Canada with a K.
Yeah, you were just up here in Canada. I saw you at the Cambridge show. How did that go?
Well, it was interesting. I was really shocked. I had no idea. I rarely come up to Vancouver, and so I don't really see what's going on the street level. And of course, Vancouver is the epicenter for junior mining in the world. And I had no idea how bad it is. I went to the World Resource Conference where I saw you, and I thought they moved the conference because there was like no one there. I was just shocked. And the people who were there were all like depressed, and
I know.
It was just, well, it's really interesting though, because you know, there's a saying, buy when the blood is in the streets, and I think right now Vancouver's knee deep in blood.
You know, and I think you're right. And Cambridge House even said it when I was there. When I was talking to the guys from Cambridge House, they said, "Hey, this is good. You know, we're sorting through everything, and we're getting to the bottom and to the companies that are real." Do you agree with that?
Oh, definitely. If you're going to be a buyer, this is what you want to see. The one person at the conference who had a hop in his step and a smile on his face was Rick Rule. and a narco-capitalist, a billionaire who knows this sector better than anyone, and he loves these times. He loves the fact that no one cares about this sector. He's looking around at that conference like a whale shark looks at a huge amount of krill in the ocean.
Loves it.
He's just ready to buy up all those companies for very cheap, and that's how he's made his money, and that's how you make the money in the stock market. You don't buy when everyone else is buying.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, all these doom and gloom stories, but there is optimism in all this, which brings me to my first Facebook question, if you don't mind. At Carrie Sickman asked, what's the verdict? Is it the bottom of the venture exchange, which you just says it is, but that's a good thing in your opinion?
Well, it's not necessarily a totally good thing. Obviously, if you hold a lot of these stocks, you're not feeling too great about it right now. But definitely, it has to be close to a bottom. I've never seen anything worse than this. I actually asked Rick Rule, I said, I've been in this market for about 20 years. I started Stockhouse.com, so I've been around these kind of companies for decades, and I know everyone in the business. And I said to Rick Rule, I said, in my 20 years in this sector, I haven't seen it this bad. And he said he hasn't seen it this bad since 1986. So this is an incredible washout, but full of opportunities. Of course, you have to pick the right companies. You have to be smart. Definitely make sure they have some cash, because a lot of these companies are really cash starved, and some of them will definitely go under, which is also a good thing. There probably was way too many junior mining companies. There was a lot of those guys who have like 5 junior mining companies, and they say to you, what are you interested in? Gold, silver? I've got whatever. That wasn't really healthy. And so what's probably going to happen is the best companies will survive this, and those companies that do survive will go up exponentially from here in the next few years.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Brett Allen on Facebook asks me, what fundamentals do you, so this is a personal kind of question, your opinion, not that it ever stopped you before, do you need to see before the resource sector improves?
That's another interesting question. Wow, you've got some good Facebook posters. I really don't know, but I do know, I've seen this before many times. I've been in this market for 20 years. 2008 was the last time it felt like this. The difference between 2008 and today is that 2008, 2009 kind of happened in a few months. It was like ripping a Band-Aid off. This decline has happened over the last 2 years, so it feels like just long and drawn out, and it's painful for a lot of people. I'm not sure if I need to see anything, really. I'm very bullish on the precious metals, because I believe the fiat currencies are all going to collapse in the next few years, next 5 to 10 years or sooner. So this is it's very important to definitely own precious metals. And then, of course, if you want to speculate, you want to take a chance and possibly make a massive amount of money, you can speculate in these mining companies. So I don't really need to see anything else other than what I'm seeing. I'm buying right now. I'm buying a lot of stocks right now. They're trading at fractions of what they're trading at.
What kind of stocks are you buying?
Well, the only stocks I buy, I won't buy any regular stocks. The only stocks I buy are precious metal stocks, because I really believe we're headed to the end of this financial system. So I'm mostly buying junior miners. They're the most beat up companies out there. A lot of these stocks I'm looking at were trading at $1, $2 2 years ago. They're now trading at 5 cents, and nothing has changed, or they've even improved what they're doing. So I'm definitely a buyer in this market.
So you're looking for undervalued companies, obviously. Okay, cool. One thing that always strikes me to interest is all of these different little bubbles that come about, that people talk about, and they push promotion hard. So, and it actually came up here. Uranium was a big one of those bubbles. What do you think of uranium?
Another interesting question. You've got a great...
That comes from Mike Hodge.
Yeah, I like uranium. The world will always need energy unless we're going to completely go back and live in caves. And there's a definite
Which wouldn't be so bad.
Well, I guess it depends on which cave and how nice it is and kind
Your
of
man
furnishings.
cave.
Man cave. I don't really want to live in a cave, so we're going to need some energy. And after Fukushima, that was really interesting. A lot of people just moved away from that sector for no fundamental reason other than Japan had a major issue. And you look at a lot of the uranium stocks, they're down so much also. And there's definitely going to be a need for more energy in the future. And yeah, I'm a buyer of uranium stocks as well. Not too many. I just buy one ETF because I'm just a speculative bet. 5% of my portfolio is probably uranium.
Okay, it's 5%. Awesome. So, Jeff, I know you have a busy schedule, so I don't want to take too much more of your time, but I wanted to ask you about something that Mickey had mentioned during our last interview and somebody had tweeted about to him. The Liberty Mastermind Symposium. This is new to me, and I've just heard about it. Can you tell us what you'll be up to there?
Yeah, it's in Dallas next month. It is new to everyone. This is going to be their first one. It's an interesting concept. They're trying to get a lot of some of the more liberty-minded alternative media style people there. It's going to be an interesting conference. It's in Dallas, which should be interesting. I always find it funny though to have these liberty conferences in the USSA, one of the least free countries on earth. They might as well just have some of these in North Korea.
The USSA? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's the way it is right now. You look at a lot of people, you look at the world, it's really interesting because 20 years ago, people would defect from the Soviet Union to the USA. Today, you have people defecting from the USSA, to many different places. You even look at Gerard Depardieu, famous French actor. I don't know if you know, but 800 families in France last year paid over 100% income tax. They've gone full commie. And so he didn't like that too much, as I don't think anyone would, and he defected to Russia. It's just amazing. 20 years ago, the places that were crazy and communist were Soviet Union and China. Today, the crazy communist places are the USA, Canada, and Europe.
You know what, I don't disagree with you, that's for sure. So what are you going to do at this conference?
I'll do the same thing I always do, spread knowledge, have a few drinks, and smoke a few cigarettes.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Jeff. Enjoy the rest of your sunshiny day. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Tara.
You can follow Jeff at The Dollar Vigilante, and I so suggest you do. He has great articles. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. For now, I'm Tara Sweder with Business and More TV.